सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। श्लोकास् ऑन भारत। श्री पराशर उवाच उत्तरं यत्समुद्रस्य हिमाद्रेश्चैव दक्षिणं वर्षं तद्भारतं नाम भारतीयत्र सन्ततिः नवयोजनसाहस्रो विस्तारोऽस्य महामुने कर्मभूमिरियं स्वर्गम् अपवर्गं च गच्छताम् हिमालयं समारभ्य यावदिन्दुसरोवरं तं देवनिर्मितं देशं हिन्दुस्थानं प्रचक्षते। Okay, close the book. Close the book. Yes. Now I want each group, close the book. I will ask each group, they have to chant these 3 shlokas loudly. Okay? Wait. No, individual to we will sit here only whole day. I will ask. Quickly. Wait. Indradvip, nobody knows. I had told this 3 shlokas, Uttaram Yat Samudrasya, Bharat, shlokas on Bharat. Okay, so nobody from Indradvip. So 0, no points. Kaseru, I'll ask him. Yes, 2 shlokas you chant, last shloka you chant. Bolo. You help him with the next word. Okay, you finish it. Very good. 150 points. Each shloka 50 points. Okay. First shloka, yes. Hey, tad Bharatam nama. Next shloka. Anybody else? Third shloka, if you know. Karma. Finish the last one, yeah. Okay, very good. But I will give you 140 points because you stopped in between once and you made one mistake. From here you can chant only one because you know before you have by hearted one. Other 2. No, you can't open the book. You can't open the book. You can't open the book. I told you don't open the book. Okay. First one, bolo. You have memorized before only. You have an unfair advantage. You can. He helped you. He can't help. Yeah. You. Who told you to help? Nobody told you to help. Nobody told you to help. Did we tell you to help? We don't tell you to help. Chalo, chant. Yeah. First one. Very good. Okay. Next group. 1 minute. Next group. Who will chant? Anyone? Nobody knows. Every day you have chanted at least twice. Easily you can memorize. Remember, you lost the point. Anybody? You can chant? Okay, 2. Each shloka has 50 points. So 2 to 2. Chant. Uttaram what? Good, well tried, but not really clear. Next. 1. Okay, chant 1. Try. Where? गवस्यमान में माइनस किया है? कहाँ माइनस किया? We didn't minus. We only gave you 100 points. Correct. That is for 100. But for latecomer, I have not minused. Na? For others, I have minused. For latecomer, 10, 10, 10. So you are Gavastiman? He is the boy who is sleeping in the tent, no? You are Gavastiman only, or you are in this middle one, this Gandharva? Gavastiman, chalo, minus 10. Okay. If you had opened the book every time we chanted this shloka, you would have easily remembered. Open the book again now. Everyone. Page 12. Page 12. And chant loudly. Okay, good. Now we go to Gita. We have learnt 6 values. So chant that shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam. So first quality is fearlessness. Second quality, purity of heart. Third quality, Steadfastness in yoga of knowledge. Then fourth quality, charity, dhanam. Fifth, dhamma, controlling senses. Sixth, yajna, sacrifice or coming together. Today we will do 7, swadhyay, study of the scriptures. So, first thing, all of you are very young. You should learn to study. Your knowledge must keep increasing every day. You know, your brain is like a sponge. What happens with a sponge? If you put water on the sponge, what will happen? If you take the sponge, put it in milk, what it will do? If you put ink, absorb. It will absorb everything. Your brain is like that. If you are open, you can learn so many things. And you know, great achievers, they learn not only from books, they learn from people, they learn from experience, they observe, they listen, they think. All that is very, very important. So, Swadhyay means study and update yourself with latest facts and happenings. You should know what is going around, what is happening around you. Then, of course, your education, you are studying in the school. And when you read, Hari Om, Kaseru, what do you need? So, study and absorb. Your school study also, I told you yesterday, if you listen with full attention, you don't need tuition. Aram se you will absorb. Pay attention, focus and listen and learn. Then study the scripture. See in the Gita just one shloka, how many nice values are there. Ramayana, you should study the original Ramayana. Ask people for the original. Valmiki Ramayana is the original one. Like that, Mahabharata also is there. There are lots of nice translations also available. Because if you read what is there in the book, original, what is written there, then you will know what happened. Because Valmiki, do you know, was Valmiki there during Bhagwan Ram's time, or Valmiki wrote Ramayana much after Bhagwan Ram went away from this earth? He was there? You are sure? Pakka? How do you know? Because Kush and Love were born in Valmiki ji's ashram. Also when Bhagwan went to Vanvas, Bhagwan went to Valmiki's ashram also. Even before Sita ji was sent there, Bhagwan went during Vanvas to Valmiki ji's ashram during 14 years. So Valmiki ji was there when Ramayana happened. And was Vedvyas ji there when Mahabharata happened? So how many say yes? So few of you. How many say no? Hello, you can't have in between saying I don't know, half yes, half no. Either you are yes or you are no. How many say no? Vedavyaji was not there. Okay, tell me, who are the parents of Dhritarashtra? Ambika and Vedavyasji. Yeah. Vedavyasji and Ambika, to them Dhritarashtra is born. And Vedavyasji and Ambalika, to them Pandu is born. Vedavyasji was son of Satyavati. And do you know the best thing? Do you know Vedavyasji, is he there now also or he is not there? Vedavyasji is there now also. He is a Chiranjeevi. Even Hanumanji, Chiranjeevi. Vibhishan, Parshuram, Balram, Ashwathama, Kripacharya. Yeah, he may be cursed, but he is an immortal. So the point is, Ramayana and Mahabharata are written by people who were there at that time, who were a part of this. Afterwards, those versions which have come, there are lots of people who have written Ramayana after that. They may have some different versions, no problem. But if we want to know the source, the original source is what? Valmiki Ramayana and Vedavyasji's Mahabharata. And do you know that in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no episode of Sita ji being sent away to the forest because of a dhobi. Sita ji goes to the forest, Ramji sends, but dhobi is not there. Somebody like a dhobi, washerman. The washerman complained and he was making a loose comment, and so Bhagwan sent away Sita ji to the forest. That is what people think, no? It is not there. Do you know Lakshman Rekha also is not there in Ramayana? In Valmiki Ramayana, there is no Lakshman Rekha. Yeah. And do you know that, okay, tell me, how many times did Hanumanji fly to the Himalayas and bring the Sanjeevani mountain? Why two? Why two? Once he lifted it, brought, and once he kept it. So that way you are saying two, but actually it is four. 4 times. Coming. Yeah. Totally it is 4 times. Because he flies once, takes the mountain, comes back. Okay. Not 4, it is 8 actually. He flies once, takes the mountain, comes. And then Sanjeevani is taken to heal Lakshman. Then again he flies, puts it back, again comes back. So this is one trip. 4 times. Second time also he does the same. 2 times Lakshmanji gets injured. So it is totally 8 times he flies. Imagine Hanumanji, 8 times during the war he flies. Now why I am telling you all this? Because we don't read the original what is there. Gita Press has original book. Then you can read that, the translation. And for Mahabharata, K.M. Ganguly has written word to word translation of the shloka. No interpretation. Nobody's extra commentary and mirchi masala, nothing. If you read directly, you will know so many facts. And based on that facts is what we should understand our great heroes. Okay? See, Lakshman Rekha need not be there for Sita to be captured. Because Ravan came as a monk and he asked for bhiksha. And Sita ji, she said, you wait and I will bring the bhiksha. So when she went inside and she brought to give, what is your name? Your name? No, with orange. Yeah. Ahan. You want to talk something important? Then why are you talking right now? Our rule was what? Either I talk or you all talk, na? So we are talking something important. Focus, listen. So she goes inside and brings the bhiksha and she offers it to Ravan. Ravan starts talking to her very, in a flirtatious way. And she realizes this is not, some sadhu. But before she could, shout out or go inside, run for help, Ravan grabs her, puts her, and he, sadhu vesh gone, he puts her on his Pushpak Viman, flies. So Lakshman Rekha is not there in Valmiki Ramayana. So that one should know. So why I am saying this is, if you read the books, original books, you should always ask which are the original books. Read the Gita, read the Mahabharata, read the Ramayana, read Bhagavatam. They are not only stories, there are lots of nice things we can learn from them. So, Swadhyay means that. Very good. That's a chanting. Yeah, so one is chanting. You are learning chanting. Somebody is learning Gita chanting. Somebody is learning Narayaniyam. Somebody is learning something else. Chanting is one thing which is good. You should also learn then the meaning. As you grow, you will understand more deeper things. So today we will go little faster. What there was? Not that Ravan cannot touch a woman. Ravan cannot force himself upon a woman. He cannot marry her, or he cannot love her by force. If he tries that, he will die. That's why it's not that he cannot touch. He held Sita ji only and took na. So force, he cannot force the woman to love him. If he tries to do anything to force her to love him, he will die. That was the curse. Without touching, to how will he bring? Anyway, we will do the question answer session on Ramayana if you have later on. Today we should finish one or two more values here. Okay. Read lives of great saints. Today is what day? Whose birthday is today? Chinmaya Jayanti. There are nice books on Gurudev. Journey of a Master. He did it. Read Gurudev's life. Read Vivekananda's life. Read Mirabai's life. If you read all these great saints, their lives, you will definitely learn a lot. Then, if you study scriptures, you study great leaders also. Not only spiritual saints. Read the life about, let us say, J.R.D. Tata, about Dr. Abdul Kalam. Somebody, Wings of Fire, Ignited Minds. Read such books. So read books of great leaders, men, women, and these people's lives, they should inspire you. Okay. And then you study your own mind also. Like in this camp, you learned so many things about your fears, how you overcame them. Some of you missing your parents and how much you love them. Otherwise, you keep quarreling with your parents at home sometimes. But now that parents are not there, you suddenly feel, oh mommy, oh my daddy. And you understand their importance. So, you understood about your own mind and you overcame so many things. You work together in the team. So, when we study ourselves, we study others, there's a lot to learn. So, that is Swadhyay. Then comes Tapaha. So, when we say the word Tapaha, many times what people think? There's some rishi sitting below a tree with long beard, long flowing hair, sitting quietly like this for many days, who has not eaten food, who has become very thin. But tapa means what? Tapa means to rise higher. And pat means to fall. Hair is like food. Air. Yeah. They take lot of strength from the air also. Do you know food is only one source of energy? We get energy from sunlight, we get energy from air, we get energy from the water, from different things we get energy. So some rishis, they don't eat food but they can live on air. They draw energy from air, from sun. So, but that rishis only doing tapasya, that is not the meaning of the word tapa. Can you do tapa? Yes or no? Tell me, in this camp, did you do tapa or not? You woke up every day early morning. You went through the whole day, so many activities and so many things you learned. And in spite of sometimes you feeling tired, you still came, you chanted the camp song with Josh, and you did so many things beautifully. All that is called tapa. And you lived away from your parents 4 days without going through much trouble. All that is tapas. So one round of applause to all of you. You also did great tapas. So anything that we do to rise higher, that is called as tapas. So now, when you do any work with full commitment, that concentration is called tapas. Tell me how many of you watch TV and eat food? That sometimes is how many? 6 days a week? Every day, see? 3 days a week. Okay. Are you like this person? What is this person doing? Is this person doing multitasking or not? Are you like this person? Do you do multitasking? Do you know that multitasking is a big myth? There is nothing called multitasking. There is only switch tasking. So if you watch television and eat food, what you are actually doing, you know? Your attention is shifting between food and television. You are not eating and doing same at the same time. Your mind is shifting. Your body may be eating and watching TV, but many times I have seen food remains only seeing only. Fly also goes inside. This person doesn't know. Watching. And sometimes you are eating so fatafat, you are not chewing. Because your mind is not in food, in chewing. Your mind has gone to what? So, today it is very clear there is nothing called multitasking. And there are big research and papers which are there which prove that those who do multitasking, they will lose more time. They will make more errors and they will not enjoy more also. Because their mind is not focusing properly. And so, do one thing at a time. Gurudev used to say, bring your mind where your hands are. With full attention, do whatever you are doing. See the statistics. 3 hours of multitasking is equal to 1 hour of focus. Just tell me, how much time do you take to eat food here? Maximum 10 minutes, no? That also includes sitting, standing in the line, taking the food, all that. Maximum 10 minutes. Now, if you watch TV and eat food, how much time do you take? See that, ho gaya na calculation. Half an hour minimum you will take. And do you know, our body has a capacity. That capability is called satiety point. What it is called? Satiety point, which means when you eat food and you have eaten enough, your body will say, bas, ho gaya, enough. Now if you watch TV and eat, no, your attention is not on the body, it is on the TV. So what happens to you? So you eat more and you don't feel, then you don't feel only that you have eaten properly and you keep eating, you don't chew, then you have stomach upset, this, that. So will you do this one thing? From now onwards, at least one meal in a day, you should eat without the TV, without the phone, without tablet. One meal in a day. Can you do? Only one meal. Who all can do? Who all can promise me one meal? Very good. Minimum one meal. Minimum one meal. Okay. So these four things you should do. If you want to achieve all your, you want to enjoy life, you want to achieve goals, these four things you should do. Eat while you eat. Don't watch TV. Second, when you communicate, when you talk to somebody, you should look at that person and talk. Many times what happens, we are looking here, there, and if somebody is talking to us, we should look at their face, because we will know their body language then. If they are talking to us, our head is where? Somewhere and all we are seeing. Will we absorb? We can't absorb. Look at that person who is talking to you, and you also focus on them. Don't do your homework with music. If you put on so much music, okay, then soft, very soft music. Soft music, okay? Okay, concession. Third point, concession allowed. Fourth, do you do any of this? Fourth one, do you do? In the toilet you go and sit with your book or with your phone. Look at that. On toilet you sit with the phone. No, on the toilet seat. Very bad. Very, very bad. Do you know how many germs are there in that place? And then your entire phone will have all those germs. And then you may wash your hand, but your phone will have germs. And then you go out, and then you swipe, and then you eat food. Yuck! How bad is that? This, those who are doing this, that they sit on the toilet seat and then they are browsing on their phone, they are called, like you have drug addict, you are alcohol addict, like that you are a phone addict. You can't leave your phone even in toilet. Are you a phone addict? If you are a phone addict, you should become free from that addiction. At least at that time, you should leave the phone for your good. Okay, now tell me, what do you see here, quickly? Shh. Step by step, what do you see right now? It is an optical illusion. What do you see but? Tell me, yeah. If you look right now, it will look like pink circle which is blinking. But if you put on the plus, there is only one green circle going around. If you stare at the plus, there is only one green circle going around. There is nothing else there. There is no pink color. Can you see? Yeah, you have to just stare at the plus. You saw? There is only one green color going around. Yeah. No, there is only green color. There is no purple. There is no purple there. There is only one green circle going round. Only one circle. Yeah, if you focus, this exercise is to improve your focus. Concentration, no. Just imagine, if this concentration you put to your study, how much more you will grasp. Light green, yes. It is light green color. All pink will disappear. Okay. Now, so do one thing at a time. Will you do that? Okay, now, very quickly, I will show you something on the screen, and only this side will answer. This side will not answer. Only this side. Yeah, because next will be that side. Okay, so quickly you have to see what is there and read. 1, 2, 3, see this. Paris in the spring, she said. What is written there? Paris in the spring is written there. Paris in the spring is written there. Many times we don't read what is written. We read only what we focus. But you should read, na? Okay, now this side. Now this side, now this side. Focus, okay, focus. 1, 2, 3. Made a mistake. Once in a lifetime. Somebody said once in a lifetime. I already heard that. Yes. So this is called tapa. This is first shloka we are going to complete. Last value for today is arjavam. Arjavam means what? Straightforwardness. Simplicity and straightforwardness. Do you know the meaning of word Arjun? Arjun means who is straightforward. Arjun felt that he was feeling nervous, he was sweating, he was shivering, he was trembling, he was not able to handle it. So he fell at the feet of Shri Krishna. He had tears. And what did he say to Krishna? Oh Bhagwan, I don't know what is right and wrong. You please tell me what is good for me. I am your disciple. At that time, when Arjun was feeling so much of emotional disturbance, did he think that what will Kauravas think about me if I cry? Did he think that what will Pandavas think about me if I cry? Did he think like that? He was straightforward, no? Duryodhan, was he straightforward? He was feeling tension inside. He went to Dronacharya to ask for help, but he could not even ask for help. He taunted his own teacher and he came back. So those who are straightforward, they get knowledge. Those who are simple, they can focus on great things. Do you know J.R.D. Tata, his room, if somebody went into his room, there was just one table, one sofa, one chair, and he had his organizer, planner and one pen. That's it. That was his small office. And next to that was a room where he used to stay. He was not staying in some posh building, this, that, nothing. People want to stay, they can stay, there's nothing wrong. But I'm saying, he was so humble, simple. And when they asked him that why are you staying like this? He said, I love simplicity. And my actions are dedicated to my country. Whatever I need is there here. I don't need anything more. Such a simple person he was. And how much great work he did for our country. Like that, Narayan Murthy also started very, very humble. I'm just giving 2 examples. Like that, so many examples. You know Sudha Murthy? Narayan Murthy's wife. And how much charity they do. How much help they do to various people in the country. She is author as well, yes. So this is all what simplicity means. Straightforwardness, simplicity, where you do great things for others, to serve others. And last point for today, not last, one more point, sorry. You should keep it straight. This is called Arjavam. If you are missing somebody, call them. Don't wait, I'm missing. Whenever they call, because they don't call, that means they don't love me. Like that we create complication in our head only. If you want to meet somebody, invite them, meet them. You want something, you ask for it. Be straightforward. Don't suppress and don't go on building it up in your head. You want to be understood, then you explain that why you are doing something. Many people, what they do, they will do some actions, then they will not explain why. They will expect the other person to understand. How will people understand? If you don't explain, you don't tell. If you love somebody, will you tell them or not? You know what they show in the movies? That's all drama, okay? You should keep drama separate, life separate. Take one rose flower. She loves me not. What nonsense is that? That rose flower petal will decide whether she loves you or you love her. Yeah, don't. If you love somebody, go and tell. If you don't tell and you keep on waiting, then you'll keep waiting. Nothing will happen. You love your parents or not? Do you express your love to parents or not? They express or not? Suppose they don't express at all, they expect you to understand. उसमें बोलने का क्या है? I love, they know it. But if you tell, what happens? You feel so good. They feel so good. You know, even in husband-wife, it happens so many times. One of the reasons why they quarrel so much, you know, is what? Because they don't tell each other how much they love themselves, each other. If you tell them, they will say, 40 साल हो गया हमारी शादी को, उसको पता है. Then sometimes they fight. But that wife will say, you never tell me how much you love me. The husband says, I know I'm showing with my action, but she wants to listen. Husband should just tell. But they won't tell. So, this is straightforwardness. Go and talk. You like something, you state it. If you don't like something, you express. Then some solution can happen. And express to the right person. Like Sarika ji told you. If you are here, you have a problem, whom you should tell first? You should tell her. You tell some parents, tell somebody else, then it will come round. Then you will only lose time. No. So this is straightforwardness. So first shloka of 16th chapter we have done. 9 qualities. Okay. I am going to end with one nice video, which is the second shloka, first quality, ahimsa. Ahimsa means what? Non-violence. So in this world, life subsists on life. So we have to eat life for us to survive. In that, what we have a choice is how much minimum violence we can do. We cannot do complete non-violence. We have to eat food. Food, either you eat plants or you eat animals. Between plants and animals is the choice. What will you choose? Why will you choose plants? Because we don't want to kill animals. Also because plants have less senses developed than animals. And plants can grow again, and we don't have to kill a plant always to eat it. But animal you have to finish, you have to kill. It will grow. So a lot of benefits are there. What we should remember is this. In ahimsa, where there is no choice, it's a different matter. But where there is choice, we should have only plant-based food. Will you remember? Yeah, animal can have a disease. Plant also can have, but it is more easily taken care of. So listen to this carefully, very attentively. And in this, there is an exercise in the beginning. You have to answer that question.
These two circles are not equal. I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red. Alright. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. Alright, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct? Equal, right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because in fact they are equal. These two circles are identical. Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not. So what did we learn? That you can be manipulated like that to believe in something that goes against your natural instinct. Just imagine as a child you're taught that the blue circle is larger than the red. If you say it enough times, you convince yourself that's the truth. If you're told the lie enough times, it becomes part of your reality. And if enough people are taught that lie, that the blue circle is larger than the red, well, now it becomes part of the culture. And if that culture then passes that misinformation along to the next generation, well, now it becomes tradition. And what we have to remember is that just because we have a tradition doesn't mean it's morally acceptable. Tradition and morality are not always the same. I mean, can you think of any traditions that we once had in the United States of America that we no longer have? That today we think back and that was immoral? Slavery, right? Less than 200 years ago. And that was a tradition. So the traditions we have today doesn't necessarily mean they're morally acceptable. And as we evolve as a culture, so do our traditions. Now, the Matrix is a story. It's a story. When told enough times to enough people, it becomes part of that culture. It becomes the tradition. And this story is being told over and over every day. In fact, if you believe the image on the carton is where you're getting your milk from, you're deceiving yourself. This is a fantasy. It only exists in your head. It's a blue pill fed to you by the industry to get you to buy their product. This is the Matrix, the lie we tell ourselves about where our food is coming from. The reality is far more disturbing. 90 to 95% of the milk, the meat, and the eggs that we consume in the United States are coming from these conditions. In fact, every year in the United States, 10 billion, right? 10 billion are being slaughtered for food. So what that works out to be is that every second in the United States, 300 animals are killed, just like that. So 300, 600, 900, 1,200. By the time I'm done talking today, there'll be over 1 million animals that have been slaughtered. And most of us don't even blink an eye. I mean, how is it possible that in the United States of America we can slaughter 300 animals every second and not question that? Because of the story we've been told. The story justifies the action. If you say it enough times, you actually convince yourself that's the truth. How many of you were taught as a child you need to eat meat to get protein? I know I was. How many of you were taught you need to drink cow's milk to get strong bones? Not dog milk, not chimpanzee milk, not elephant milk, not rhino milk, not hippo milk, not tiger milk, not lion milk, not giraffe milk, not elephant milk. Did I say that already? I think you get the point. Not even our own mother's milk, but we need to drink cow's milk to get strong bones. The absurdity of drinking the milk from any other species and any other being besides our own mother, when it's said enough times, loses its absurdness. Now, the first thing we've been taught is that our diet is natural. You know, we eat meat, dairy, and eggs, so therefore it must be natural. So let's find out. Now, you have two images on the wall. I want you to tell me all the thoughts that come to mind when you see the image on the left. And don't be afraid to scream out. What do you see? Fresh, yum, sweet. Right? If I come into the room with a basket of strawberries, how many of your mouth starts to salivate? Your mouth starts to water? If I take a strawberry and I put it under your nose, what do you smell? If I take a knife and I slice that strawberry in half and put that under your nose, now what do you smell? Notice how all the sensations remain the same. You see a strawberry and it looks like a strawberry. You smell a strawberry and it smells like a strawberry. And you take a bite out of a strawberry and surprise, surprise, it tastes like a strawberry. Exactly, it's a strawberry. But what thoughts come to mind when you see the image on the right? Cute. You know, when I go to a classroom, you'll get half the kids who say, oh, cute. Animal, pig, Wilbur, babe. So half the class will see an animal, and the other half of the class will see bacon, sausage, ham, pig, sweet pork, and hot dog. They'll see a food. It's one or the other. You're either seeing an animal or you're seeing food. Now, what would happen if I took one of the pigs living, brought him into the room right here, and put him right in front of you? Does that change it? Now what do we see? And I mean, what would we think if one of us got up and started chewing on the pig? Not very normal. If I come into the room with a pig under my arm, how many of your mouth starts to salivate? Right? If I took a knife and I sliced that pig in half and put that under your nose, now what do you smell? You smell the stench of death. You smell a rotting corpse, bacteria, decomposing flesh. You see, there's a process involved, and I'm here today to show you that process of how you convert this animal into this product. Why should it be kept a secret? Why should we not know what we're participating in and what we're putting in our body? Now, let's make the situation slightly more realistic. If I were to put a pig on this side of the room living and a butcher's knife on the side of that room, I mean, how many people would be willing to pick up the knife and take the life of that animal? It's very rare, right? And if somebody did that, that's all right, but how many people in this room would try to stop that person from doing that? Right? Would we try that? Of course. That's compassion. I mean, that is the greatest quality of the human race. There's no other species on this planet that has that level of compassion to extend to all living beings. But if you would stop somebody from killing a pig in front of you and then go home and have this for breakfast, well, that's called hypocrisy. You know, just because it comes in a nice, neat package all dressed up in your supermarket, just because you didn't take the knife and shove it through their jugular, just because you didn't get blood on your clothes, and just because you didn't hear their screams doesn't mean you didn't participate in the killing. Every time we buy this product, we are supporting somebody else doing what we ourselves wouldn't want to do, what we ourselves wouldn't want to see, and what we ourselves wouldn't want to hear. Now, if you still see bacon sauce in the ham when I bring a pig into the room, what happens when I change it? Ah, right? It's the common response. Now, I've never heard anybody say yum. Nobody ever sees dog feet, hot dog. So, why not? Why don't we see a food? We've been accustomed to view this animal as our pet. The cultural story for us is, this is your pet. In another culture, certain parts of the world, they eat cats and dogs. That's their culture. That's their story they've been told. And how do we feel about that? A lot of people think it's disgusting. Right? I imagine every one of you probably thinks it's disgusting to eat a dog. Why would it be disgusting to eat this animal and not disgusting to eat this animal? Why would it be wrong to eat this animal and right to eat this animal? And most importantly, why would it be wrong to kill this animal and right to kill this animal?
Culture.
It's culture. It's the story. It's the matrix that we've been told. But culture is just a story. That's all it is. It's just make-believe. What I'm concerned with is what is natural to the human species. Because every culture has a different story. So let's take a 3-year-old from any country in the world, and you put that 3-year-old in a room, and you line up 5 animals in front of that 3-year-old. A pig, a dog, a cow, a cat, and a chicken. Do you think the 3-year-old is going to know which one to eat and which one to pet? What's the 3-year-old most likely going to do? Or try to do? Play with them all. He's going to try to play with them all. The 3-year-old has to be taught, no, 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 no. Don't play with him. Eat him. Play with him. Pet him. That's what we were taught. We didn't choose our diet. Our diet is a learned behavior. We were raised to perceive this animal as your pet and this animal as your food. If you don't walk outside right now and you saw somebody taking a baseball bat to a dog's head, what would you do? You take action. At the very least, you'd call the police because you recognize that as a violation of this animal's right to be free from harm. Now, if you were to walk outside right now and you saw somebody taking a baseball bat to a pig's head, would your emotional response not be the exact same thing? Of course. Because the question for you is, what's the difference? What's the difference between the two? Right? Is there a difference? You might think one is cuter than the other. But that says more about you than anything about these two animals. You know, a lot of kids will say, well, the nose looks different. But I say, but they both got a nose to smell. Some kids will say, well, he's got hooves and he's got paws. I say they both got feet to walk and run. Some kids say, well, his ears are going up and his ears are flappy. They both got 2 ears to hear. They both got 2 eyes to see. They both got a heart to beat and a mind to think. And the reason why we would take action for both of them is because we recognize the equality between them and not the difference. Any difference is insignificant. The similarities, though, are striking. We know they're equal. Yet every time we sit down for a meal, we create that separation. We create that inequality.
So what did he say? Our food is our learned behavior. It is our conditioning. Do you know non-vegetarian food also is the second largest contributor to global warming? The amount of resources that non-vegetarian food consumes is much, much higher, including water. So how do you practice ahimsa? Make vegetarian, vegan choices. Don't hurt any living being unless absolutely unavoidable. Love and respect everybody. If you criticize somebody, criticize in a very non-personal way. Respect differences of opinion of people. That is all comes under ahimsa. If you use social media, avoid this trolling, abusing, unnecessarily writing nasty comments. That's not good behavior. That is himsa only. and speak the truth definitely. So 10 values we have learned through the camp.